What up, everybody? I'm Simply,
And I'm Thero.
and welcome back to PACE 2019. We've got some hot stuff coming up on deck. Dwhatever versus Weegee 14 in the 70-Star League Division 1 Top 4 Group Stage.
I couldn't ask for a better lineup. Basically, what these guys are going against is time, just like every speed run. You got a total of 60 points, just like Super Mario Odyssey, that they're fighting for. Now, the winner's going to be awarded those points, and then the loser and the winner get to split 30 total points, depending on how close they are. So the name of the game is to be as close as possible. So even if you're failing strats, if something's going on and you miss Candleless once, you've got to keep pushing.
Yep.
You've got to try to make that time up just to get those points. Why? At the end of the tournament, that's where it's all going to matter. That's where the rubber meets the road. As you can kind of see here, the matchup between these guys, Dwhatever and Weegee, we were talking before, Weegee is that volatile player that some of those matches he just pops off and goes nuts. On 15-15 pace in a 16-star GSA match. That's insane.
That is insane.
But Dwhatever, I mean, go into him just a little bit.
Dwhatever is not only extremely fast, extremely optimal, but he's also quite consistent. I mean, average time of 49.38 is nothing to laugh about. Clearly, we've got a wider thing going on here with Weegee. Average time of 50.55, best time 49.34, worst time 52.25. He's kind of all over the place, but Dwhatever a little bit closer knit between his best, average, and worst.
But like you said, I mean, being that volatile player, Weegee can just pop off at any second, and
He's about to blow, man.
and is dropping these like low 48s out of nowhere. It's going to be an amazing race today, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you look at the throws here, Weegee actually has got better average throws.
Which is important. When the pressure's down there, it all comes down to throws. That's what we know at the end of these SM64 matches.
But Dwhatever rocking the 92.9% wins
He's
percentage.
done really well
Yeah.
throughout this tournament. Just phenomenal. His worst time being a 51.16 is not anything to laugh at. Doing 70-star, now you've ran 70-star quite a bit. If you're these competitors, what are you thinking going into an event like this?
So personally, there's a lot at this point. There's a lot on the line. Going throughout the league, you can play a little bit dangerous. You've got more matches to go, but now it's a round robin. They've got 3-4 matches to play, and it matters a lot more. Prize pool on the line. So in my opinion, when you're at an event like this, I think it's important to maybe drop a couple strats.
Oh, for sure.
Ooh, we're getting started, and we got no signal and an unsupported signal, so here we go. It's popping.
It's popping already.
And there we go.
Speaking of popping, all of the subs and up to 500 bits. So if you give 500 bits, GSA is contributing $2 to the prize pool. That includes any of the subscriptions GSA is contributing to the prize pool, or you can donate directly to the prize pool for these guys who are about to give you an amazing show out.
Absolutely, man. Here we go. Lakitu giving us, a little taste of what's to come. This castle, sort of magical. Not sure how it contains everything it does. I don't think the outside actually represents what's on the inside. I could be wrong about that, but there's something a little strange going on here. But we do have a man popping out of a green pipe. It's about to get very real. We got bomb clip coming up. Couple bread and butter tricks.
But first, it's Lakitu skip. We got to see if these guys are going to bribe Lakitu a little bit. Weegee and Dwhatever both electing to have that chat with Lakitu, sliding a couple of coins in his pocket to say, hey, man, let's get these good angles. Let's make this happen.
But at least they understand how the camera works now. They got a little bit of a taste of that, so it's all good. But here we are into Bob-omb Battlefield, the first clip that we see in 70-star. And there's not really many glitches in this game. It's very movement-based, sort of self-explanatory. But here we're going to be using a bomb to our advantage.
And push our way through that cage.
Okay. Very nice.
Making it happen, making it look easy. we're getting started off on the right foot here.
Absolutely. And notice Weegee actually had a big bomb there, which gave him a little bit more speed. Dwhatever grabbing a smaller bomb. So it could be a sign that he's going to take it a little bit more careful. You know, not worried about saving those 0.2, 0.3 seconds. More worried about just consistently being pretty fast.
Now, the question is, if you're in these races, are you watching the other runner and kind of looking at what they're doing, and maybe that changes what your strats are?
It's a tough one because, I mean, especially in this environment, it's kind of hard not to see. If you just look up in the corner of your eye, you can sort of see where the other player is.
Right.
Whereas typically in the league, you can completely choose to just shut off the chat, shut off the stream, be in your own box. But I think it could be advantageous. You know, if you know that you've got yourself a decent lead, you're feeling pretty cozy, you don't have to go for anything crazy. But
right.
if you're behind, it's like, okay, do I kick in the nitro now?
Kick in the nitro. Both 12-6s out of both of these guys.
Yeah, very nice.
They're not giving up any space at this point. And I don't blame them.
So Whomp's Fortress sort of sets the tone for the run.
I could agree. I think most 70 runners, as they're going through, this is like the reset Fortress versus Whomp's Fortress. This is where kind of the rubber meets the road. Weegee starting off with 100 coin. Dwhatever doing that good, faithful sock folder setup for Candleless.
Yeah, looks very bizarre, but is extremely consistent. Once you got that, you're very comfy. Oh, Weegee a little dusty, but grabbing the red. Ooh.
Oh, and he fell.
Down. This is uncomfortable. Now, RNG is sort of, okay, no wall kick. We are free running. That blue coin is fading away. Weegee. Okay, Piranha Plant bossing. Oh, he got it.
He got it. He got it.
I can't believe it was around that long. That blows my mind.
You know, and that's where the mindset of the runner kind of comes into play at this point. You know, making sure that you're remaining focused in what you're doing and kind of put it behind you. Like you're in a race. You can't reset. It's all about moving forward, going forward. And that's what Weegee did there. Missed that coin.
Going a little too forward. Not enough to the side to grab those coins. A little bit of an awkward 100. He made the cycle, but it just got a little bit weird after that. And I can imagine. Oh, the backflip from Dwhatever. He's busting it out. Parkour. I don't think he's going to be able to make the cycle, though.
It's that swag. We'll see. It's definitely going to put him behind a little bit.
Making the executive decision to grab a couple extra coins. Knows the cycle's not going to be made. That's about. Oh! Ooh, okay. Nice backup from D. Oh, this is scary.
Wow.
Wow, very close calls from both players' ends on the 100. I think at the end of the day, both of them probably lost around the same amount of time.
I think so.
It's hard to say, but we'll see shortly. Weegee getting that Candleless out of the way.
Making it look easy. It's all about the backups. I don't think I know anything that Dwhatever could have done to make that quicker. He was very efficient.
Those extra coins coming in handy here. Not having to go up the slope and get those 5.
Weegee going up.
Oh, the double
with
jump
the double jump Owless.
Misses the ground pound, though.
He misses it, but the double jump Owless he's well known for makes it look easy.
He doesn't hold back. Even when we're on the big screen, up on the stage, in front of thousands, he stays true to his morals. Weegee, one of the craziest runners. Dwhatever. Oh, wait. For some reason, I thought it was a blue star. Commentator not actually really paying attention to the gameplay. Not quite sure what's happening. Weegee dropping the ball
down. But, you know, that's why Weegee had the 16-star world record, because as we know, 16-star is like nonstop, go, 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 hardest strats. And he's showing that he's not giving up here in 70 and doing really, really well. Dwhatever heading up to see Big Daddy Whomp.
Indeed. This is the man. Oh, bonk from Weegee. This is not the end of the world, though. Good recovery. Sometimes when you bonk there, you have to go all the way down, but the way it happened there, not too bad in Weegee's case. So we're looking at about 10, 15 seconds apart in Whomp's, which is honestly not the end of the world at all. As long as you can get out of here unscathed, I mean, less than 30 seconds lost, you're pretty cozy. We've seen some crazy things happen in Whomp's. So far, so good.
Yeah, not too shabby at all. Very minor things that have happened, but nothing that either of these runners weren't able to back up really quick. Gonna go up to the ooh, sliding down.
A lot of lag.
Commentators curse there. Going up to the top of this tower, grabbing this tower star for both of the runners. And Whomp's night is complete.
So a 7 flat fade out for Dwhatever and Weegee. Looking at a 7:06, so 6 seconds apart from Whomps. This is exactly what we want to see in a race.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping it close coming out of Whomps. I mean, there's been races in the leagues where players have been almost a minute apart in Whomps, and coming back from something like that, psychologically.
It's hard. You know, going against yourself, knowing that you've had that time loss early on, you've really got to put kind of your teeth to the grindstone.
Absolutely, and here we are on the slide again. I'm thinking a 12.6 from Dwhatever again.
12.6.
Very nice.
Let's see if Weegee can match him.
12.5.
12.6. Dual 12.6s across the board.
That's a lot of 12.6s.
That's a lot of 12.6s. That's the new standard now, apparently.
So opting for the Mario Cam as you come into the lobby here again. Reduce the lag from the sunlight. It actually hits pretty hard. The Nintendo 64 can just not handle those polygons. Dwhatever grabbing those reds, making it look easy.
Some runners argue the hardest star in the game, as Triforce TK would say. Dwhatever making it look easy. Weegee nipping right at his heels.
Yeah, very nice flying from both players. I think Dwhatever a little bit more controlled. Weegee kind of up and down, but as long as you get the coins, get the rollout, get the text cap, skip, it's all good. In the hood.
In the hood. Heading up to Dark World. This is interesting about Dark World. You know, especially in 70 Star, this is the most, you know, movement intensive course, I think. It's really where the small mistakes matter, because the small mistakes is running off the side or missing a cycle, which is super important.
And Weegee has been going for Tsukushima cycle. Is he? Okay, not quite. Oh, wow. How did he catch himself there? Weegee not falling off the edge, but very uncomfortable Dark World. Dwhatever having some fun on the elevators. Very interesting mistakes coming out from these players, but the Goomba's here to say no.
Goomba RNG.
That could have been much worse. Actually, depending on how close you are to the Goomba when you roll out, he could have been sent flying, but luckily Weegee staying alive.
Neck and neck, just trading blow for blow at this point.
Pretty much. That was a little scary. A little bit of a clencher. Huge bonk from Dwhatever. Probably going for the double firsties at the end, which is an extremely fast finish. And Weegee landing them looking so good, but no.
He jumps off the
Dwhatever rolls
What
off
is
the
this?
end. No.
That
oh my
is
goodness.
huge.
Oh no.
Wow.
So coming back from something like that.
Like, just the mental side of it. He's got to get the reds once again and complete the entire stage. That's going to hurt.
Insane. And at this point, you might say, okay, well, Weegee's pretty much got in the bag such a huge lead. Dwhatever not able to get it again. You can tell he's not happy about that. But we're still just in the beginning phase. The lobby is sort of, it's usually quite comfortable compared to what we're going to be seeing. The basement gets very hectic, and especially near the middle and end, it just turns up to 100. So without a doubt, Dwhatever's still in this, but you gotta reset that mentality, take a couple breaths.
And that's the hard part. You know, the gameplay and consistency, these guys have that. Ooh, missing that wall kick there.
Ooh, okay. Cheeky little front flip.
But, all right, grab the star. Gonna make up that time. Just as Weegee's attacking Sky Jump here in Bob-omb Battlefield. But, you know, if you're Dwhatever, what are you thinking about? Like, what kind of edge are you going to try to gain? Are you waiting for mistakes, or are you going to change your strategy?
I would say, personally, just stick to what you know. Stick to what you've been doing. When you switch up your strats in the middle of a run, it can be very nerve-wracking. If you're like, okay, I'm going to go for this thing I don't usually go for, especially in a situation like this, atmosphere like this, a lot more pressure on. Stick to your guns. Focus on what's at hand. Weegee with a fat bonk. I don't even know how you bonk on that thing. It's so short, but managing to get it in there, showing us anything's possible.
Dwhatever going for his Sky Jump now. Weegee
scariest star in Cool Mountain. That angle's
yeah.
not very nice,
Oh,
and that is a
no.
miss wall kick. So here is the beginning of something for Dwhatever, climbing back.
Wall kicks will not work. I know a lot of runners use an audio cue specifically for that wall kick,
Really?
just to hear it, to make sure that you get it.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what happened there.
Oh, but a
Missing it
second
again.
miss one from Weegee, and now we are very close. Once again, it's that easy. Not even a couple minutes later, and Dwhatever only maybe 15 seconds off.
And that's what I was talking about, you know, kind of waiting your opponent out. You're going to attack it one more time here.
There we go. Third time's a charm,
Gets
as
it.
they say.
Nails it just as Dwhatever is entering into Cool Mountain. That's the opportunity that Dwhatever needed.
So now, in Weegee's shoes, what are you feeling? 2 failed wall kicks. That is quite a silly mistake, I would say. Wall kicks will work. You know, it is a difficult star, most difficult in Cool Mountain, but, oh, Dwhatever, very high wall kick. Very nice.
But he made it work. He made it work, and that's what's important. Weegee bringing that baby penguin home to Mama or Papa.
You got to do what you got to do. I think it is Mama, though.
Mama.
Yeah. That is a Mama Penguin. Very happy. Going to be coughing up a star for our man, and Dwhatever going for the 100 coin.
Now, what's interesting about 100 coin in CCM is you have to almost be perfect. You know, Dwhatever not grabbing that red or the safety red. So
Ooh.
now it's a lot easier when you do CCM 17. We see CCM 18 or Cool Mountain 18, which is where you're going to get 100 with the penguin race. We're not going to see that today from Dwhatever. It's a lot less stress.
Yeah, definitely. So when you're racing with the Penguin, if you do not get all 100 coins by the end of it, then you're in a very uncomfortable position, because if you exit, then you have to do the race all over again. But here, they're mixing 100 with reds, so even if you miss some coins, you can get some extras out here, and it's not the end of the world. Dwhatever perfectly at 98, not missing a single coin. Very nice stuff.
Gonna grab this red on the top of the tree,
Cheeky
and that's
triple
gonna
jump.
wrap it up. Weegee right behind him. And I think that's kind of the new accepted mentality, is doing that CCM 17 or Cool Mountain 17. But then you've got Pillarless.
You do have Pillarless. That will be coming up. Shifting Sandland once we're in the basement. A huge milestone in 70. Probably one of the hardest glitches that you'll see. Oh, the Penguin's got the moves.
The dodge, the juke. Mario rescuing that baby penguin on Dwhatever's side once again, just as Weegee's heading towards Big Boo's haunt.
Yeah, Big Boo's haunt is just sort of it just feels like padding.
It is.
These stars are quite comfortable. It's like the calm before the storm that is basement. It gets very hectic. You've got not only Pillarless, which is a very hard bomb trick, and Shifting Sandland. You've also got Lava Boost up the lava waterfall.
Oh, yeah.
In Lethal Lava Land.
The calm before the storm, for sure. Oh, Weegee missing that side flip, bonking his head a little bit.
Yeah, quick backup, though.
Those are the small things. You know, we're not going to see massive mistakes, I don't think. I mean, I say that, but we've already seen one pretty big one.
I don't know about that one.
But it's the small mistakes that really add up.
Definitely.
You know, small bonks here, you know, missing a jump there. It adds up, and that's what gives their opponent the opportunity to catch up quickly.
Definitely. And I think those stem from, typically you'll see like a bigger mistake, and then you'll sort of see, okay, I've never seen a missed ground pound there. It's been a while. Dwhatever. Trying to find the star. Does find it. Gets his pound. The big mistakes sort of trigger an avalanche sometimes of small mistakes. If you're not able to get your head back on straight, recenter yourself. And especially where we're going right now, you really want to be completely focused. You know, can't have any past mistakes on your mind. Leave it in the past where it belongs. We're going into basement. Ooh, bonk from Dwhatever. Oh, the double. Can we get a triple? Okay. Mixing it up.
Ooh. He makes it up there.
That's a tricky one, that angle.
You know, and at this point, you're going to see less and less mistakes, in my opinion. You're in the Final Four. You know, you've kind of got that in the back of your head that, hey, I'm here. I'm at pace. I'm live in front of all of these people. That's got to add pressure. You know, normally in these GSA events, you're sitting at home in your favorite recliner, eating some Cheetos.
Comfortable.
You know, nobody around you. Yeah, people are watching you, but now
They're
you're
really out
live.
here.
They're real people watching.
All right, big bomb from Weegee. Going for the Tomoplast. He's got the double jump. Oh, slithering right in there like a snake.
Making it look easy.
That was buttery.
Well
That was more buttery than the toast I had this morning.
Ooh.
Much more. Very nice from Weegee. Can Dwhatever bring the heat, though?
He's right on his tail at this point.
Here we go. Oh, just don't want to fall in the hole, but a
Whoa,
toss
and
from D as well. Get away.
Both runners having to back this up at this point.
Oh,
Barely missing the star, costing him a couple of seconds there.
yeah, that hurts. All right, this is quite uncomfortable from Dwhatever because he's still wanting to go for double pillarless and now one less backup star in case things go south. Weegee once again, though.
Threw it away.
What?
And so did Dwhatever.
I don't even know how he didn't re-grab that bomb, and now no backups left for Dwhatever. Shifting Sandland is bringing the heat. We aren't even in the lava. And okay.
And sliding down.
Dwhatever is taking my heart for a ride right now.
Wow.
So both players out of backups. Weegee needs one more pillarless. Dwhatever needs two more pillarlesses. We might see the Tomoplast, which is a very, very difficult method of doing pillarless, dropped for the more consistent, old school, I guess, at this point, strat, where you just jump over the slope. Weegee throwing the bomb away.
And what do you do at this point?
Don't panic. That is the worst possible thing. Dwhatever getting his first pillarless now. We're in there. And the second one from Weegee.
And that's what's tough. That's where you weigh out CCM 18, pillarless, because eventually you run out of backups. And I think Weegee did a great job at being able to reset that. That's not easy. Missing the ground pound there.
Yeah, some freestyling going on from Weegee. Dwhatever so close to the hole, but getting his second pillarless. Very nice.
And he's in.
Can breathe a sigh of relief, but not for long, because now Lethal Lava Land on deck. Mostly these stars are not too tricky. Oh,
Whoa.
Missed secret from Dwhatever. Weegee also had a slip up there. But the big one is the boost, which we'll see in the volcano. Huge.
Now, in your opinion, who do you think would have the advantage? You know, we have Weegee on one side, who 16-star master. You know, lava boost, reds like he just showed us there. But then you have Dwhatever, the consistent player. I mean,
Weegee is just churning out ground pounds. He should start charging them. He's just giving them out for free.
Extra money.
I'm pretty sure Weegee's going for the hardest boost, and I think Dwhatever might be doing one behind that, the Cure boost. So my bet is on Dwhatever getting it cleanly. But I wouldn't be surprised if both of them land it no problems.
I wouldn't either.
But what I find interesting is the order of stars, right? Because obviously when you enter a stage, you're like, okay, there's certain stars in this stage. Oh, Dwhatever, giving a nice burn.
Little booty burn.
Here comes the boost from Weegee. Let's see what he's going for.
Yep.
That's two, but bonks his head, and that is a death from the man. Now, these deaths are not as big as you might think. As soon as you go back in the stage, you're right back in the volcano, so it's not the end of the world, but got to breathe. Bring it back. Second try, and he's toning it down, dropping the strat.
I don't blame him at this point. He knows how close Dwhatever is.
Yeah, no room for messing around. Dropping a couple seconds in favor of a much more consistent boost. I do not blame Weegee one bit, but Dwhatever here has an opportunity to make up some very good time. And here we go.
Oh no!
Okay, this isn't too scary. We have the elevator back up.
Now, you were talking about the order of the stars here. We see that a lot in these GSA races, and it's interesting, like, the thought process. But they almost always come in twos. You almost do the bullies together, you do the volcanoes together, and then you've got Wingcap and reg that typically go together as well.
Yeah, and I think it depends on how a player's feeling going into a stage. Like, for example, those shifting sand lands were kind of rough. You know, the sand scraped up the knees a little bit, got a couple bruises, a couple cuts, needed a couple Band-Aids. So you want some time to let the wounds heal, scab up a bit so that you are all ready for boost. So I don't blame them taking a little bit more time to get the easy stars out of the way, sort of get some confidence in the stage. Dude, have a very nice boost. A little bonk there at the end, but didn't die. So definitely saving some time over Weegee, but I think Weegee still driving this thing down the road.
Not by much. Ahead by 1 star right now. We're going to see Dwhatever tackle his first bully coming up now. But that's what I'm talking about. Even with runners with these, the calipers, we're going to use big words here.
Huge words. I don't know. Okay.
You know, you can make up time like no other. Oh, Weegee saving it there with that wall kick.
It's all good.
And the triple. And that's tough. Being able to manipulate all 3 of those bullies exactly where you want to go and then ground pound them or side flip them off the side. It's a lot more difficult than what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you take it for granted when you're watching so much good gameplay. Oh, the bully wants some action, but Dwhatever is not about that life. He already did his business. Oh, here we go. The bully's not playing nice. Taking some lunch money. But he's still got enough for dinner.
That's what I was talking about. It's almost like RNG. Like, hey, come look at me so I can throw you off the side and take your star. But that bully was not having it.
Not at all. Yeah, it's a little bit picky. You got to know exactly how to move. They have a certain radius in which they'll see you, but we are now in Dire Docks, and Thero, what can you tell me about Dire Docks, and more importantly, Fire Sea, which is coming up after?
So this, another one of those calm before the storm moments. I fully expect Weegee to go for front sub, which is going to be coming up right after this fairly easy chest star here. The thing about Dire Docks is playing on console, it's almost like Mario's running through syrup if you don't do lag reduction correctly. So you could be doing movement correctly, but if Lakitu's not lined up where he needs to be, you're going to go slower than your opponent, and that's huge in Dire Docks.
Yeah, the lag is real, and you don't see a whole lot of it because players nowadays have gotten so much better at the lag reduction. But you will see at the end here, this final chest definitely brings a good amount, but turns the camera, avoids the whirlwind. I don't know what it is with the water, but it's too much sauce for the Nintendo.
Like here we're going to see Weegee shift his camera. He's getting ready for front sub, which is incredibly difficult. We see it a lot in 16-star, and it's about having enough momentum to get up the front of the sub. And it's tough. It's tough to back up.
Here you go, lining it up. Looking good. Oh, very nice from Weegee.
Made it look easy.
Beautiful.
Dwhatever coming up. Looks like he may be matching him with front sub as well. And he is.
You can tell by the camera turn. So pivotal moment in 70-star coming up. Fire Sea for Weegee. It marks about the halfway point, and it's where we see a lot of runs die. But Weegee not getting the second ring. This is scary. This is a code red. Dwhatever with the ledge grab on the front of the sub.
Super scary.
Weegee going casual mode. He has no backups. That ring was not activated. These hitboxes are not very accurate. You got to know them very well. Oh, this is not a position you want to be in.
This manta ray is almost like a meme.
No. Not
just
like this.
Missing them over and over.
Not like this. We're taking a whole lap around, and now just like that, Weegee and Dwhatever missing another ring. Again. We're pretty much tied at this point. Dwhatever might be taking the lead over here. Okay, Weegee spawning the star, but Dwhatever going to be closer to it as we go into Fire Sea. Now, there has been a recent development, actually, in Fire Sea, and I can't believe it took this long, but there is some new movement. The sync is real. Woo.
Making it happen.
And we have cycles going on here in Fire Sea. Just like Dark World, there are elevators which you rely on to get to the next part of the stage, and depending on how fast you go, you can miss a whole cycle. Dwhatever diving right into the fire. There's no way he's going to be making lava boost early Ellies. Okay. We are having some fun with our bum here in Fire Sea. Weegee, still no mistakes. You really have no room, especially with the way that they're doing it. None of them opting for the new movement that has come out, which has actually made the cycle quite a bit easier.
And that's where, Weegee, of course, being in 16-star, runs a lot of 16-star, but you don't get reds in 16-star.
You don't.
Which adds a dynamic into trying to hit this elevator cycle that we see both of these gentlemen on now.
Ooh, I have not seen that kind of movement there. Weegee, beautiful ending. Ooh, okay,
nice.
I like the side flip. Cheeky little turn. So getting the lead back, and that's, hats off to Weegee, especially after something like the Manta rings giving you a run for your money. It can be hard to focus after that. Like, that's extremely frustrating. Dwhatever, also with a very nice ending.
And that's what's tough about missing these elevator cycles, because there's nothing you can do once you're behind on the elevator cycle. You just kind of wait.
And that's what we saw on Dwhatever's side. Weegee gaining himself quite a nice lead here in Fire Sea. But like I said, it just ramps up from here pretty much. I mean, Fire Sea is sort of a spike in difficulty, and then you go upstairs, but it's not like it's going to be much easier moving forward.
Not at all. I mean, it's only going to get more difficult as we go through. Basement we've knocked out with the exception of HMC, which it's about a second more optimal to do it later. So HMC late. Basement's done other than HMC. Or Hazy Maze Cave. But I kind of like that. It's almost like the calm before you get into Tippy, which is the game changer.
Absolutely. I mean, everything can be going your way. You can be on the run of your life going into the top of the castle, but you got Tock Clock, Rainbow Ride, and especially Bowser in the Sky. So many things all stacked up on top of each other to make for a beautiful, very difficult ending. Very satisfying, though. But here we are in Wet Dry World, starting with 100 plus secrets. Ooh, he should be able to get that coin.
He should, yeah.
Very nice double box kick.
So working on 100 coin here in Wet Dry World, was able to grab the coin, which is good. One of my absolute favorite stages, just because of the dynamic of the water level. It's something that's completely different than anywhere in the game. Of course, you have Tiny Huge Island, which comes up shortly, but Wet Dry World, you do the 100 coin here, and this is one of the few that's completely different from 120 star.
Ooh, Dwhatever going to rescue the coin. Now, coins have some weird mechanics. Sometimes they'll just fall off an edge, and sometimes they'll just get caught on the edge like they did for D. And you can't really know, so I don't blame him for going for the coin there.
Now, right now, Weegee has got 76
Oh,
coins.
the flip!
Ooh, that's going to hurt.
That was a little unfair. He was camping right there.
Camping on the edge, just ready and waiting.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, imagine if he got burned there. Wouldn't have died, but it would have been darn close.
Very close.
Things not going quite right for Dwhatever here in the 100, and right now he's got to gain some time. I mean, 1 second in the end could be the difference between 30 points.
Right. That's huge. Dwhatever finishing up.
Oh. He's been...
Now, this Chuckya, we talked about the RNG where the coins kind of explode. Looked really good.
Oh, man.
Getting amped.
Amped up, I guess. It's like one final slap before getting out of the level. It's like, okay, we're going to get him one more time before he heads out. Weegee, beautiful triple jump wall kick.
Oh, I thought he was going for the top star there. Whew, I almost got nervous. Making the elevator star look really easy.
Yeah, that was nice. Weegee feeling himself, hitting his stride. And like we said earlier, Weegee's sort of volatile. I think a better word for it is he's momentum-based. Once things are going good, they're going great. But he's actually shown, even if they're not going so good, I mean, that was crazy. After getting Manta Raid, as they say, spending almost a minute on the Manta, able to get the best cycle in Fire Sea.
To recover from something like that. But he's done a great job at doing it. Getting the top of the town star now. But after all of these mistakes, it's like they're trading blows back and forth. Something happens over here on the left side, something happens on the right side. It's just back and forth, staying close together.
Dwhatever, staying close, nothing huge. Just a couple little things here and there. Although that 100 was kind of tough.
That was really rough. Getting flipped off.
I haven't seen that in a while. The flippers have no remorse. You see it in their face.
No remorse. They get extra coins. That's what it is.
So awful long. Tiny Huge Island up next for Weegee. What can you tell me about Tiny Huge Island, Thero?
Tiny Huge Island. All right, this is another one of those courses that's got that weird dynamic where you have the large side and the small side. This is also a huge lag area right here where Weegee's going through.
Oh, very nice.
Great lag reduction. Getting these secrets and showing what a pro he is.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Gonna slide down and grab the star now.
Pretty much again, it's like, it kind of reminds me of Cool Mountain a bit, where there's one star that sort of stands out, and that's the secrets.
Right.
In terms of difficulty, and then the others are really not too shabby, not too difficult. Let's see how Dwhatever tackles these secrets. This part right here is a hard. Oh, Mario came in so early, reducing all the lag that he can, but the huge
but then
bonk.
And flying across.
Oh, wow. Really good backup. I didn't think he was going to clip there.
I didn't either. Weegee missing the clip up top. It's kind of tough to get that clip. Like, and if you miss it, you just have to go around.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to have enough momentum to be able to try to clip back through.
You can try, but it's just not worth it. It's definitely smarter to do what Weegee did, and that was a pretty good backup. But Dwhatever has an opportunity to gain some time, and you want to stock up all the time you can, because you never know what's going to go down in Tippy. Most importantly, we got Tall Mountain coming up next, which is quite a spicy one.
And to me, it's almost just as hard as
nice clip.
Going into Tippy. Tall Mountain has beat people up. I mean, it starts off immediately with a clip into the side of the mountain, going up top. Not to mention Reds, which is like a lag fest, trying to grab red coins through syrup.
Yeah, like, in theory, Tall Mountain doesn't seem to be too crazy of a stage. I mean, you take one star at a time, it's like not too bad. But once you combine all those into one big platter, it's a lot to eat. That's a lot of calories.
A lot.
Oh,
Whatever.
Not a huge deal. Okay,
He should
interesting.
long jump right into the star. Up, just short. Dwhatever finishing up his time here in THI as Weegee
another
ground pound
one.
for good luck.
Yeah, we need a counter at this point.
Going for breezeless.
Oh, this is... Oh, and he's got it.
He got
Very
it.
nice from Weegee. That trick has got to be one of the tricks where, like, you look at it and you're like, okay, that looks kind of hard, but it is so precise that there was a point where it was just pretty much TAS only. Players didn't go for it in runs, but with hours and hours of practice, you can do anything. I think that's the lesson here.
Hours and hours for sure. And that's what both of these guys have put in.
Nice.
Getting that walk and a ledge grab.
Ooh.
Looking
right.
good. Looking
Cool.
really good.
Yeah, this Tall Mountain's going quite well for Weegee. Whatever landing breezeless, it's a good feeling.
It is. And I think that those are the confidence boosts that these guys are looking for. Nailing a strat that, again, like you said, can only be done via TAS, and now we're doing it in races.
Oh,
the
Whatever, a little bit too far forward, carrying a lot of momentum. Oh, that fall hurts quite a bit. I mean, that's pretty far into the stage as well. A lot of time lost from Dwhatever, and Weegee getting a bigger lead in his pocket.
But like I said, Reds go hard on you in this stage specifically.
Man, Whatever not holding back on any of the strats here, though. Red's definitely one of his strongest stars. Go.
That was
nice.
fast. That was fast.
That was fast. I can agree with that.
Weegee going for his attempt right now on Reds. Let's see if he can match him.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, how do you back this up? It's very uncomfortable backing things up here in the red zone. It's so laggy. Weegee doing a nice... Okay.
Oh, no.
Bonk. And see, it just gets so weird. The camera's not good. The lag is so heavy.
The lag is bad.
The Monty Moles are just chucking balls. Ooh, nice firstie from Whatever. Okay, punch set up. Wow, that was a strange camera angle, but makes it work.
Interesting. And if you notice how they're getting so far, at that point you almost do like a side flip into a dive, which can be kind of awkward at times. Weegee going for this box.
No problem. Once you have the
Easy.
angle, it's pretty much ka-ching in the bank.
And a lot of it is
Oh,
the
that
setup.
angle is not good. Do whatever.
No.
At least he's got a backup.
He does.
But TTM, this is how it goes, man. Ruthless.
Done. I don't think he could have done that better. Weegee headed in to Snowman's land.
We are here.
He's got that wiggle room at this point.
Oh, beautiful Snowman's head. No mistakes there from Weegee. And again, I'd say Snowman's head is like the one that sticks out in Snowman's land. The other ones, there actually has been some tricky movement that's developed over the years, and they've definitely gotten more difficult. But Dwhatever getting his log wall kick, wrapping up Tall Mountain, but man, not leaving without a couple scratches.
No.
And some boo-boos.
Pull out the Neosporin for sure. Weegee making it look easy. You know, one of the most, and they save it for last because it's like the easiest star in Snowman's land. The bully. It's so satisfying to just push him off, double jump back into the star, and you're done.
Yeah, bully. Although I would say the ice maze looks really easy. It's actually
It's tough.
there's some nuance to it. Okay,
As we see here.
Very nice.
Backed it up really well. That's kind of been the name of the game here is backing up. Initially going into, all right, we missed this. Who is backing it up better?
All right. Oh, rollout didn't come out quite when he wanted it, but do whatever. Improv, making it work.
Oh,
the
it works.
Weegee sending the bully packing. So at this point, this is pretty much the standard 70-star route.
Right.
You'll do Snowman's Land, and then we're going to actually head back down into the basement so that we can get the second MIPS, which spawns at 50 stars, as opposed to picking up Snowman's Land red coins.
Now, this is kind of that moment that I was talking about before. As we're heading into HMC, you know, there are a couple of little crazy things, but nothing too crazy. Whatever, kind of missing that as well. But this is the time to gather your thoughts, okay, and get ready for Rainbow Ride, which is difficult, but especially Tock Clock. You've got TTC 100, Tock Clock 100. You've got all of this movement packed into one tiny area. That's what you got to get ready for. And I think that's HMC does a really good job at doing that.
Yeah. The only star that stands out to me is, of course, Triple Jump Box. Do whatever. Not quite in position. You can tell he's a little not quite happy about that. But like you said, calm down. Weegee, huge jump into the star. Very excited to get that one. Toad hopping around, disappearing back into the darkness. Just kind of almost a little bit creepy, you know?
Super creepy. It's not a little bit. He's just hanging out.
Commentators thoroughly creeped out by the Toad. Not quite sure why, but here we are. Triple jump wall, or triple jump wall kick. I'm so used to saying that. There's a lot of them in this game. But interesting enough, Weegee not going for it right away. Where are we going? Weegee taking us for a tour through Hazy Maze Cave.
You can get him with a side flip. He'll probably have to ground pound here. Oh, nope. He's just going to go straight for the backup. You can, if you have to do the side flip, you can trigger that trigger with the ground pound towards the end.
The switch.
But I'm not really sure. He went straight for the backup, doing the double jump, jumping back to it and touching it.
There's a lot of mystery to it. And
There is.
I appreciate Weegee not just sort of praying that it works,
Right.
just going for what's 100% consistent, what's going to work. He knows that he has a lead, presumably.
Right.
He might not know. He might just be staring right into his screen, completely tunnel vision. But trying to hold on to what he has. Not playing with, oh my goodness, almost
That
a
was
death.
scary.
Oh, this is, okay.
Okay.
I was not expecting that at all. Weegee. Triple jump box, do whatever. Here we go. Saving a couple seconds. Very
Wow.
nice.
I wasn't really expecting that.
Yeah, I thought Weegee was going to do another side flip. That's
Right.
typically what everyone will do. It's just like what you're used to. But Weegee on the fly, making it happen. Couple more stars here, and then we are getting to the finale moment of the run. It's so beautiful,
It is.
but it can also be so not beautiful.
And I got the chance to see both of these guys practicing earlier. And where were they practicing? Specifically, TTC. Specifically, Tippy. You know, kind of explaining Tippy. Tippy is called Tippy because it's in the top of the castle. The two stages are Rainbow Ride and Tock Clock. The last two stages, if we're going to see Bowser, Weegee getting good RNG there, not getting Toast Ridered today.
Toast Rider, one of the legendary Mario gamers in the league as well. Made it to the top 8, but not quite the top 4 finalists. Got beaten to death by the boulders here. It was a legendary moment, just completely RNG. It was pretty crazy.
Now, if you notice, Dwhatever went up to the right side to get this amazing emergency exit star. From what I'm told, that's more optimal than doing the typical triple jump up the left side.
Which you wouldn't think. Like it's technically the easier strat, but to do it optimally, I find it to be quite a bit harder. You have to have the angles on lock.
Weegee heading up into Rainbow Ride. Some scary stuff.
Oh, very nice. Dwhatever avoiding the second boulder, no problem. Not very good RNG, but yes, Rainbow Ride. Here it is. Weegee starting with tricky triangles. Gets the wall kick. Very nice. Ooh.
Now, out in Rainbow Ride, what would you say is the most difficult star? You know, for me personally, Lakitu bounce is like hand RNG at times.
Yes, Lakitu. I would definitely say Lakitu bounce is the one that sticks out. It's always the one that I'm like, okay, I'm good once I've got Lakitu bounce out of the way. You know, tricky triangles can be a little bit sketchy, but it's very consistent.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of notch angles. Here we go, Weegee going for the glitchy wall kick. The madman busting out the strats. And he gets the bounce. Oh, but he doesn't get the jump back. Very unfortunate. One of the worst feelings.
And I think that that's why a lot of runners try to go ahead and go for Lakitu bounce in the beginning, because you run out of backups.
Dwhatever. He didn't account for the punch there. The way that the cycle works at the beginning, if you go for the triple jump right away, you're good. But slight delay from the punch, very unfortunate mistake. Not how you want to start Rainbow Ride, but we'll see if he can bring it back. Weegee needs to get his bounce. It's getting crazy. Also going for the glitchy wall kick.
Made it happen.
Okay, Weegee struggling to get back in the stage. It is quite a small hole, but manages to figure it out.
Now, Dwhatever up there, he's not out yet.
Oh, and Weegee takes a fall as well. We are even. Trading blows. Now, can we get back in the hole, though?
I mean, we're only seconds apart at this point.
This is what happens, man. Tippy has
taken hold already here in Rainbow Ride.
It's doing its thing that it does so well.
Dwhatever going for reds here.
Oh, cheeky lodge grab.
Weegee had a little bit of trouble sliding here on this fifth, and he missed it. Dwhatever missed it as well. Oh, no. These walls are really finicky to get back up, so it's not like you can just go straight on and do a side flip to get up there. You have to go at a specific angle. Dwhatever did really well getting back up there.
All right, Weegee got his bounce. And, man, these stages, they punish you. If you make a mistake, you're either going to die because there's a bottomless pit at the bottom all over the place, or just the way that they're laid out makes it, and like the cycles, makes it very tough to come back.
These are not big mistakes that these guys are making. These are very small mistakes. But like you said, incredibly punishing. Tricky triangles. Dwhatever looking great.
So referring back to the stats here, Weegee actually, I think, had the better average. Huge bonk right away from Weegee. Giving himself a rub on the chin. Keeping it calm. Not going to lose it. You got to keep it under control.
It's right there at the beginning.
But interesting pick from Weegee, actually. Typically, always see players go for the 100. Dwhatever rocking the new swinging in the breeze movement, saving some time over Weegee. Can he get the double jump? Oh, burning his bum and not saving any time. Weegee has an average throws of 3.58 and Dwhatever 3.71. So, I mean, depending on who gets into bits first, could
that's
spell
what it's going to come down to.
Oh. Okay, Weegee finally getting that star, but Dwhatever's in here. I mean, this is about 20 seconds apart, maybe.
Now, we've talked about here, I know that Pity, another very famous SM64 commentator, talked about eating the ice cream cone. You know, do you eat the cone first or do you eat the ice cream? And that's what we're kind of seeing here, a different star choice.
Oh, another bonk from Weegee. This is pretty much even at this point. Dwhatever is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, I did get the opportunity to watch Dwhatever practice 100 coin earlier. Kind of rough.
And you can't really see it there, but there's sort of like a edge. Oh!
Ooh. It's okay. He's okay.
Okay, just breathe. All right. We're back in motion. You sort of have to find yourself again
Right.
when you have a mistake, especially in TTC 100. But we're looking pretty good. The flame coming right behind.
Right.
No invisible wall.
Good. Oh,
Oh,
coins
okay.
everywhere. He was able to
the box from Weegee, and this is another fall. And Dwhatever
huge.
certainly in the lead at this point. If he can keep it together, he can take it home. Tock Clock doing what it does best.
Ticking.
It's definitely ticking. Well, actually, not so much. Got time stopped.
Wow.
Backflip strats from Dwhatever outsmarted the
Beautiful.
Whomp. Oh my good! I've never seen that in my
Beautiful.
life. Busting out the secret strats, Dwhatever. Ready for anything. Feeling himself.
Like you've got to feel good at that point. Showing that swag.
That's about as swag as it gets. I thought he was about to get crushed. I didn't know what was going to happen next.
Right.
I was scared. I had my blanket. It wasn't enough. We're good.
Weegee going for this DTC 100 once again.
Looking very good. Both attempts. I mean, the first one was looking beautiful. It was just that little tiny mistake costing
Right.
so much time.
A ton.
So referring back to what you said, eating the ice cream cone, there's 3 stars that we're going to see Dwhatever going for. He's already got one of them. Oop, coin running away from Weegee. And basically, they're pretty much lined up. Dwhatever not falling down there. Oh, my goodness. So you have the one on the top here that Dwhatever's grabbing. He already got the one in the middle, so he ate the middle of his cone, then the top, and then going for the cone. And basically the significance of it is some players will start from the bottom, which I don't recommend because if you go from the bottom, then you mess up a star on the top and you fall down. You don't really have a good backup. But if you go from the top down and you make a
can back
mistake
it
and
up.
fall down, it's all good.
Exactly. And we've seen that. We've seen, going for the top like Dwhatever just went for, falling down and getting the take a hand star.
Ooh, Dwhatever looking a little bit shaky here. Time stop. Has to keep it together. Weegee, booty slide on down. And now it's all moving.
Oh, wow.
Nice backup. Dwhatever just counting them up. Stacking them up.
Weegee grabbing that middle.
Yeah, following the footsteps of D, both going for the middle first. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But as soon as I see you going for the cone first, I'm just, I don't know, man. I don't know. You do you, though. There are some arguments to be made.
And if you look at this, these guys are still, I mean, I know Weegee had those mistakes, but Weegee's got some fast stars to get at this point. We've got bits coming up, and we've seen things like moving right side just tear runners apart.
Yeah. It doesn't stop, man. Like,
It
you got, not only do you have the throws, which have taken so many runs, so many leads, so many games
So
away.
many PBs, so many, yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Dwhatever missing the red. It's all good. But, like you said, right side, left side moving. Weegee can't get this triple jump going on the pendulums, and Dwhatever is done with Tock Clock. He's driving off into the sunset. Aviators on. Pedal to the metal.
Oh, ground pound into the flame at that point.
And the final star for Dwhatever. I love this movement after. Let's see if he can get the triple jump dive. It actually, they make it look so easy, but this is so hard.
They do.
Okay.
Dwhatever heading up to
Nice.
bits.
So tell me about the triple jump wall kick we're about to see. Why is it so spicy?
It is incredibly difficult. It's something that even a lot of these runners throughout this tournament have had issues with because it's so precise. And there's a lot of movement that is precise, but depending on, I assume that Dwhatever is going to go for this right side here. If you fail it, you're going down to the bottom.
And possibly dying.
And possibly dying.
Very possibly.
So you're losing out on so much time.
Ooh, Dwhatever Dusty shaking his head, not happy about that. Here we go. Going left side, playing it safe. I'm sure he sees the lead, and he's like, I don't want to risk going right side.
Oh,
But
and
doesn't
he
get
missed.
it.
Oh, he was able to get under the ledge grab.
Ooh.
All right.
And he's just like, you know what? Nah.
I don't
Executive decision.
I don't blame
Vetoing
him.
it.
I don't blame him.
Not at all.
At this point.
Not one bit.
If you're not comfortable with it, don't do it. Do what you know. Do what you've done for a long time. Goomba is staying clear from Dwhatever here. Not wanting any part of that, saying, hey, head right in. See
Here we
Bowser.
go. The final moment. Dwhatever, is he going to take the win over Weegee? Throws is still another thing to deal with. Weegee coming up. Could save a lot of time here.
Could save a ton of time. Right side.
That's one throw for D.
Moving right side.
Very nice right side.
Weegee made it happen.
Oh, that is a
the
missed throw. Weegee's coming in. The Goomba's just saying hello.
Ooh,
He's not going to, not causing any problems, just sort of a little bit in his personal bubble. Another spin from Dwhatever. That is, wow.
That's a hit, wow.
On the very edge of the spike. Nice regrab. One final throw for Dwhatever to take it home. And that is it.
A hit.
Dwhatever.
Very nice.
Bringing it in. Missed throw from Weegee. And every second counts. Every 10 seconds is another point towards Weegee and one less point, or another point towards Dwhatever. Every 10 seconds they're apart, but there is a throw for Weegee. 60 points in the bank, at least, for Dwhatever.
Wow. What's insane is Dwhatever's worst time was a 51-16, so this is the worst time that he's posted so far in the tournament. So was able to choke out the win. Weegee finishing up now with his worst time as well. His worst time was a 52-25.
It's pace, man. It's a completely different beast.
It is. It's the feeling of being here. It's the feeling of, you've got an audience behind you. You've got a ton of viewers that are watching right now. It's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that now that we've gotten this first run out of the way, you're going to see kind of a change.
There it is.
Where you're going to see the competitors. Posting a time 52-38 versus 53-03. Wow. I don't even know what to say.
That was some crazy stuff.
I mean, it was back and forth, blow for blow for blow for blow for blow.
Sure. Dwhatever, come on over for a little post-game interview. Let's go ahead and slap it on.
Dwhatever. I mean,
I don't think I hear you.
Here.
Hello.
All right, can you hear me now?
Well, it doesn't really matter much.
So, so what's going through your mind? Like, at the very beginning, Dark World, you jump off the edge. Like, how do you recover from something like that?
I was like, it was from the get-go, from missing like Hidoki skip, I already knew it was like, I don't know if it was the setting, the different CRT, or like the nerves exhausted. I was just, something was off.
Right.
I just tried to, it's okay, just play. The other player is probably the same like issue.
Right.
So I'll just try to keep on going, and I'm glad I did.
Oh yeah.
Obviously,
sure.
that was like kind of a wake-up call, I guess. I knew I had to try really hard to focus.
Yeah.
And that's tough. Like we talk about the dynamic of being here in front of this live audience. You've got 2.8 thousand or 2,800 people watching you right now. Did that change? Are you more nervous rather than sitting at home? Like, how did that change?
Yeah, definitely. At home, I wasn't even like watching the race. I was only like myself.
Right.
I wasn't paying attention to anything else. I could just focus on the game. So, yeah, I definitely have to get used to this kind of setting. It was so weird to play like this.
Simply, what do you have for Dwhatever?
So, extending on that point, is it like, are you able to focus completely on your TV and not see what's going on in the background, or is it like inevitably you can see?
I always looked up. I always saw Weegee was making weird mistakes as well.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I can still come back, but I was still messing up as well. So I don't know. It was just I could always see what was going on. It's kind of weird, which I'm not like used to.
So at the end there, though, you kind of use that to your advantage with the triple jump, wall kick. You were like, okay, I'm not doing it. I have a lead. I want to keep it. I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah.
So it kind of come in handy.
Yeah, exactly. I knew I was quite far ahead, so I tried to just go safe, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame you at all. And getting back into the mindset, you seem to recover really well from some of these mistakes. You can kind of see the look on your face like, oh, my gosh, what just happened? When you got flipped in Wet Dry World.
Yeah.
What's going through your head? Like, what's keeping you going?
It's really hard to say. I just feel like I've gotten used to these races have been going on for like a year, almost a year now. This kind of like it's very important that I do well and not like get salty or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I just try to get over it as fast as possible. Take a breather, maybe like a deep breath.
Yeah.
Deep breathing or something.
And you wowed the audience at one point where they're standing here clapping for you.
Yeah.
You got to tell us. So explain to us your side of that.
Okay, how do
Insane.
I explain it the best? I've done that before, but this time it wasn't as crazy. I had a lot of time to react. I saw a ledge grab.
Right.
You mean the Whomp one,
The
right?
Thwomp. The Thwomp in TTC, yeah.
I ledge grabbed. I knew, like, am I just going to run long jump and wall kick? Or am I just try to wait for the Whomp to move?
Right.
And that's what I did. So I just backflipped.
I mean, if you could see the look on these guys' faces when you did that, like, even we were like, did that just happen?
Yeah,
What did he do?
I'd never seen that before. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
That's awesome.
I'm glad.
Well, Dwhatever, thanks for the interview. I'm excited to see the rest of PACE now because you can only go up from here.
I'm excited to see how Cheese and Punk are going to do because I'm going to
Oh,
play
it's
those
huge.
guys next.
Yeah,
It's
this
gonna be
is-
scary.
Do you have words of wisdom for yourself that you're telling yourself over and over that, hey, I'm going against Cheese and Punk?
I need to sleep more.
To sleep.
Yeah.
Extra naps in the afternoon. Well, simply, do you have anything else for Dwhatever?
No, that's all I got, man. Good luck in your future races. Good job today, and it was awesome.
All right,
Wow.
thank
For
you
sure.
guys.
GG.
Thank you.
GG, sir. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, boys.
Make sure you get some sleep.
Oh, yeah.